And then it just got to a point where I was laying there one day in bed after literally getting on, I think it was ecstasy. I think it was, yeah. And I was shaking in bed, 12 in the afternoon. Hadn't slept. Sitting there shaking. Mum walks in. Max, do you want to come to a barbecue? Beautiful day outside, absolutely beautiful. I can feel the heat. No, Mum, I'm really tired. And I remember just sort of, she went out and I was laying in the house on my own, just sort of contemplating, like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I am a loser. Like, what is wrong with me? I'm skinny. I've got no goals. Not that I really knew what goals were, but what am I doing? And with the combination of that, what happened with my mum and dad, it made me say I want more in life. I deserve more in life. But then I realised I'm doing what my dad's doing and I'm going to get the same results. Because if you do what you've always done, you're going to get the same results regardless. And as Albert Einstein once said, or was believed to have said, if you do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, that's a definition of insanity. And I was literally living a definition of insanity. I was doing something that I knew was going to give me the outcome of what my dad had. And that's where I just began. I was like, right, I need to make a change. I need to make a change. And that's why I said the cry just turned to anger. And we need that shift to anger, because I got to that place of anger. And anger is actually higher than shame. It's higher than guilt of who I was. I was shameful of who I was. I was guilty of who I was. I was fearful of who I was. And when we actually move up to anger, and I'm going to put a chart on here from Power versus Force, which really explains the levels of consciousness. In order to make a change, we actually do need to get to that point of, I've had enough. Enough is enough. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I remember a mentor told me that once, and I was like, I love that. Be sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because then we can move up to courage, neutrality, and eventually, hopefully, reach that level of love. That's the goal. And I work on that every day. I do work on that every day. But what it takes is one decision. When you make one decision to say, I will not live this way anymore. I will refuse to be given what I've got. I will refuse to get less than what I deserve. When you make that decision, it leads to another decision, which leads to another decision, which leads to another decision, and eventually you begin to make the adequate changes to change your whole life. And this is where I started to change. And it didn't happen overnight. It's been a long journey for me, and I don't want anyone to think that it is going to happen overnight, because it doesn't. Change happens, and I've literally come to the realization, I've been doing meditations, I've been really focusing and meditating on this, because change happens from one decision, as I said. A decision comes from a moment or an experience where you contemplate your life, where you are right now. Am I doing the right thing? Am I going the right way? Or what should I do to make the change? And then what you need is some level of hope. And this is why I am adamant for people to listen to people's stories. That is why I want to share my story, so that you can listen to something that gives you some form of hope. And the way I explain hope is, imagine you're in an ocean. You're literally paddling away, you're drowning, you can't do anything. Land is miles away. Someone chucks you a rubber ring. You get that breathing air. You can actually see what's going on. There's land, that's where I'm going to go. You're not saying I'm going to be the best hypnotherapist today. You're not saying I'm going to be the best athlete today. You're not going to say I'm going to make the best type of videos today. I'm going to run the biggest business today. I'm going to go in the direction of my outcome, which is that land. Keep going towards that. This is why I listen to stories all the time. When I listen to more stories, it gives me hope. And I've been doing this for a long time. And I've been really plugging away every day for the last 5 years, pretty much every day, just trying to work out, how can I be the best version of me? How can I impact more people? And if it wasn't for my past, I wouldn't be impacting more people today. So your mess is your message, and what you've been through, what you go through, is what you can help others grow through. You have that ability to do that today. And this took me on a journey. When I started to have that hope, I started to listen to Tony Robbins. And if I can be that Tony Robbins for you, and I'm not saying I am Tony Robbins, but be that version of your inspiration, then that's what I want to be. That's why I do this, because it helped me get out of a rut. It helped me realize that life isn't happening to me, life's happening for me. These bad things that have gone on are showing me that I can now help people with these things that have gone on in my life. I have that ability. You have that ability today. And then this leads me on to where I just started business after business after business after business, trying to really get something off the ground. I had conversations with people telling me, you should maybe think about doing something else because your heart's not in it, you just want money. And I was like, that's so true. That's so true. Imagine if 10 years down the line I was doing it just for the money, and then I realized I became depressed again? How would that affect you? That would be awful. And this is where I really went on a lot of self-discovery, and I always recommend this